Let's meet the Martyrs of La Florida. In this episode, we're going to meet Father Luis Sanchez. By the time Father Luis Sanchez was born, Cuba had been a Spanish colony for a century and a half. Generations of Spanish settlers had made Cuba their home, and Cuba was a very important part of the Spanish Empire for both military and economic reasons. Like his parents, Father Sanchez was born in Havana, Cuba, making him a Criollo, or someone of full Spanish descent born in the New World. At a young age, the future Father Sanchez felt the call to religious life and entered the Franciscans. He took his vows and was ordained a Franciscan priest in Havana. Like many others of his day, he was not content with the urban lifestyle of Havana, but felt a deep call to serve in the Florida missions. His dream was fulfilled when he was sent to serve at Mission San Luis in Apalachee, which is today Tallahassee. He served with distinction, and with great charity he grew to love the native peoples. Several years later, a missionary was later requested to serve in a new mission among the Mayaca peoples in the Jororo province, which was a remote part of south-central Florida. Father Sanchez volunteered to go with great joy, despite its remote location. There were 4 or 5 missions among the Mayaca at this time. Father Sanchez quickly endeared himself to the people of the area and began to win conversions, though others resented the teachings of Father Sanchez, and in particular his condemnation of immoral practices. A cacique, or chief from the neighboring village, led 10 non-Christian Indians to attack Father Sanchez's mission in order to find and kill him. On October 29, 1696, they arrived at the mission where about 40 natives lived and stormed the church, finding the 35-year-old Father Sanchez inside preparing for Mass with a native sacristan and an altar boy. The altar boy was a young cacique, about 16 years old, who had freely and enthusiastically embraced the faith, though not all his people were convinced of the truths of Christianity. As they burst into the church, they quickly restrained Father Sanchez and the 2 Indians with him. They told the young cacique and the sacristan to renounce their faith and kill the friar on the spot. If they refused, they were told that they would kill them too. They refused and so were brutally beaten to death right in front of Father Sanchez, who was powerless to stop them, but managed to absolve them before they died. The attackers then turned their fury on Father Sanchez as they tore his habit to pieces and violently beat him to death. The following month, 2 other Native American sacristans were targeted because of their Catholic faith and were also killed. These 4 native Florida Indians, including the brave and devout young cacique, are the first documented Native Americans to die for the Catholic faith. Several years later, one of the attackers was apprehended by the Spanish, and though he died of natural causes, he asked for and received baptism before his death, no doubt inspired by the heroic witness of his fellow tribe members and Father Sanchez. Father Luis Sanchez and the 4 Native Americans of Jororo prayed for us.